Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET Now, a show where we get you all the stocks buzzing based on news flow as well as on technicals. And as promised, let's move on and not talk banks but talk about NMDC. That particular counter is in focus in today's trading session. Last time I checked, there you go. The stock is trading higher by about 3.5%. Why is that? Because you have ICICI Securities, which has upgraded the company to a buy rating from an ad rating, raised the target price as well to 180 rupees per share from 130 rupees per share. What ICICI Securities is saying that NMDC is likely to show robust volume growth. They are expecting domestic steel production uptake. Also, change in the iron ore sourcing pattern in Odisha will aid the company going ahead. On back of that positive note coming in from ICICI Securities, where they've upgraded the counter as well as upgraded the target price, you can see the stock actually doing cartwheels, 3.8% uptick.
Okay, moving on, let's shift focus to what KC International is doing after moving higher in the early session of the trade today. The stock is seen to be drifting lower, but key to note is that this counter has touched an all-time high levels for itself in today itself. If we talk about the news flow, then the company has the company KC International has won new orders worth over 1,000 crores for its various businesses, and that's the update coming in on KC International. So that's why the stock was already doing well for the past 5 days. The stock hasn't done that well, but on a YTT basis has seen a jump of 40%. So this particular news took the stock higher to its live high levels.
All right, moving on, Ankita, let's talk about Dr. Reddy's. The pharma stock is a buzz. The entire pharma pack has been a buzz, but why Dr. Reddy's?
That's correct, Cheryl. Dr. Reddy's is in focus today, and it is on the back of a note that has come out by Macquarie. Now, the stock is up more than 0.5% in trade, 0.7% to be precise. Macquarie is maintaining an outperform on the counter with a target price of 6,300 rupees per share. Now, they feel Biogen believes its biosimilar business would be better off in better hands outside, and multiple parties have reported to have shown interest in the asset. Now, they also believe that Samsung would be an ideal suitor, could accelerate the direct sales transition, which is a natural progression to improve profitability. But from India, they believe that Dr. Reddy's could be an interested party in the asset, given it will provide a head start and a strong front in the end presence. So, on the back of this note, Macquarie is maintaining an outperform on the counter, and on the back of that, we can see the stock move up 0.7%.
Okay, moving on, and Shesha, coming to you, you have picked up GE Power. The stock is showing good moves today. Tell us what's the news flow.
Stock is gaining in trade today. In fact, the stock is gaining nearly 3.5% as we speak. Yesterday, the company informed the exchanges that they've received purchase order from Vedanta Limited. The base order, or rather the contract value, stands at about 25 odd crores. This is for combustion modification of boilers, and the contract is to be executed within the next 14 months. So on the back of this order win that has come through, the stock is gaining in trade today. It is off the day's highest point, but despite that, gaining nearly 3.5%. Remember, the stock has been abuzz for the last many trading sessions. The stock is up 10% in the last 1 month and has gained nearly 56% in the last 6 months. Today, of course, on the back of this order win that has come through from Vedanta, the stock is gaining in trade.
All right, so that's the stock that is in focus in today's trading session. We were talking about the PSU Bank Index, and indeed we have Nirav Chheda joining us on the show right now. Good afternoon to you, Nirav, and the first stock that you're going to talk about is Canara Bank. Look at PSU Bank Index, 4% uptick right now coming in. Smart recovery from the day's lowest point. Even Canara Bank is leading the gains. Do you think that it will continue to do so?
Yes, thank you for having me again. This bank index, it has witnessed a breakout. So almost every bank is now positive. I believe these banks will start to move, in the next couple of days, and a good return is to be had. So Canara Bank has witnessed a price volume breakout, a consolidation breakout as well, above the 350 levels. I believe the stock can now move towards the 390, 400 levels. Look to buy at current levels. 355 should be your stop loss, and once that 400 level comes, that is where you book your profits.
Another banking name on your radar, the stock which is sitting at its life high levels, that is Axis Bank. Crossed that 1,000 odd mark and seen no stopping. So what are the next stops for this one?
Axis Bank, if you see, this stock is very, very importantly placed at this point of time. A big breakout has come in, and this is taking leadership amongst private banks. So this is the first one to break out. It is at its all-time highs and it is above the 1000 levels. Now from here on you see this bank going up very aggressively. It can come towards that 1150-1200 levels as well. So this will take leadership position from here on.
I believe we snapped that line just when Nirav was further explaining the rationale about Axis Bank and why he's bullish on this one. But yes, bullish on Axis Bank as well. But let's move on. Let's talk about GMR Power and why is this particular counter buzzing in today's trading session. It saw an uptick of as much as 9.9%. Rather, it's locked in the upper circuit of approximately 10%. The company said that its unit GMR Smart Electricity Distribution got a letter of award worth about 2,470 crore rupees. And this particular award that they've got is from Dakshinanchal Vidyut Vitran Nigam Limited for smart metering project in Uttar Pradesh. The company has said that it increased also yesterday. This is what the company has said. They had increased their stake in the unit to about 100% from 82%. So all of these news actually together, you can see the stock is actually seeing an uptick and is locked in upper circuit of about 10%.
Okay, moving on, let's shift focus to Zomato then, because finally we have seen Zomato hitting that 100-odd mark yet again, and today itself the stock started the day around 100, 101, but now seem to be drifting lower. But Lara has come up with a positive note where they have initiated coverage on this counter with a target price of 130 rupees. That's almost 30% gains from the current market price, as they expect the food delivery business, Blinkit, as well as their Hyperpure segment to post year-on-year revenue growth of 22%, 46% and 45% respectively between FY23 and 26. Now, they are also saying that intensifying competition and the threat from NMDC are the key risks. So, these are a couple of risks that they have also flagged in. But if we talk about their target price, that's 30% higher from the current market price.
Alright, moving on, Ashesha, let's talk about green ply. Why is this particular counter in focus? I believe this one is actually down in trade today, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it has recovered from the lowest point of the day, but yes, negative news flow coming in on this counter. Company yesterday said that local workforce at NKAK Special Economic Zone, which is in Gabon, South Africa, has gone on a protest. The company also said that this has led to shutdown of operations of the entire SEZ, which includes the unit of the company which is located over there. The company has issued a clarification which says that the unit has already resumed operations under normalcy post appointment of new president by the military, but they believe that it is difficult to ascertain the financial impact of this news flow that has come through, and hence the stock was declining in trade today. In fact, the stock was trading in the red earlier in the day. It is not recovered but flat as we speak.
Alright, let's move on and let's talk about PSU counter, that is Coal India. A lot of PSU names are actually recovered from the day's lowest point. You have Coal India actually that is holding on to the positive territory. Now at near the day's highest point at around 3.5%. It has snapped a 2-day losing streak and in today's trading session. The company on Tuesday actually said that it has planned a capital investment of around 24,750 crore rupees over the next few years on 61 eco-friendly first-mile connectivity projects. The projects will be completed in 3 phases and will have a combined coal transportation capacity of around 763.5 million metric ton per annum. All the 61 projects are expected to be commissioned by 2028-29 is what the company had to say. And on back of that positive news, you can see the stock at the day's highest point.
Moving on, let's focus to GNFC then, and Nirav, this counter is on your radar. Tell us how the chart's looking like for this.
Yeah, sorry for the technical problem. Nifty is again at all-time high, so it happens sometimes. See, GNFC, if you look at this stock, the overall pattern is beautiful. The stock has witnessed a breakout above 600, went up to 650 odd, came down again to retest its breakout, and then that this reversal. Even though yesterday, if you see, it was down considerably, all of it has been regained, and now the stock is ready to move up quite significantly. This is one stock to watch out for, because in the PSU pack, this is one stock which hasn't moved up much, and it has the potential. Also, the volumes are there, open interest is there. I believe the stock can reach up towards that 720, 750 odd levels in the near term, and probably 850 odd in the medium term perspective. So look to buy the stock at current levels. You can keep a stop loss of 620 for your longs, and that book profits once that 720 odd levels come.
All right, moving on then, and let's take the next counter that is in focus. And Ankita, let's talk about Tata Chemicals. Why is this one in the spotlight today?
That's right, Cheryl. Tata Chemicals is in focus today, and it is primarily on the back of a note that HSBC came out on with they're maintaining a buy on the counter, and the target price is 1,100 rupees per share. Now, according to them, the soda ash prices in China have increased sharply, but they believe that this could be temporary and this could soon normalize. They also feel that Tata Chemicals capacity expansion in India, US and Kenya over the next few years should support their growth, and they also feel that the China capacities still remain a risk, and on the back of that, they're maintaining a buy on Tata Chemicals, and on the back of that, we're seeing 0.5% uptick coming on the stock.
Okay, we're shifting focus to the steel space then, and Nirav, on your radar is Tata Steel, quite a volatile one in the last couple of days, but for today, majorly all these metal counters are gaining. So what exactly are you spotting on Tata Steel?
Yeah, see, Tata Steel has witnessed a long-term breakout, a 2-yearly breakout, post 2021 when it started to consolidate. This stock has finally witnessed a breakout, a falling trendline breakout at that, and this is accompanied by good volumes. Also, short covering has taken shape. So I believe this stock can move up quite significantly from here. For near term, 145 should be your target. Look to buy here, 125 is your stop loss.
All right then. Okay, moving on to the next counter then, let's shift focus to the prestige stage, because with the markets all majorly all the stocks are in the green, but prestige space specifically for now is holding a gains of 1.6%, but not a great report coming in on this one, wherein ICICI Securities has downgraded the rating on this counter to a hold now from an add rating earlier, with a target price of 611 rupees, which is lower than the current market price, as they highlight that the booking numbers for prestige stage has been holding strong. But on the flip side, the debt levels is a key monitorable for this one, because for the gross booking, they are factoring in FY24 sales at around 1.5 lakhs, as well as FY25 sales to be at 1.65 lakhs in comparison, which is significantly higher to what led growth in FY23. But if we look at the consolidated debt levels, that is also expected to rise to close to 26,000 crores over the last 12 months is what already we have seen, but it could grow now to 40,000 to 50,000 crores on the times ahead. So that is a key monitorable that ICICI Securities is highlighting, not that bullish on prestige estates from the current levels.
All right, that's Prestige Estates. That's in focus. Let's talk about Concord, Nirav. And you've been brave enough actually to pick up Concord today. Is it a buy coming in on Concord, or what's your view on this? Because this particular counter, a lot depends on what happens in the news flow side also, right?
Yeah, you're right. This stock has, as you rightly said, a lot of news flow goes into this stock, and it reacts to it. But the chart here is quite positive. Very importantly, this stock has witnessed a breakout above 690 odd levels, went up to 750 odd. It has come down to retest its breakout now, which is very significant. Why? Because whenever such patterns occur, the move that comes post the trend line retest, that move actually moves up, takes shape, and the stock moves up about 10, 15, 20%. I believe Concord can go up towards the 780, 800 odd levels. And from here, the stop loss is very minimal, because you can keep 680 as your stop loss, and it is at 697, just about 2 odd %. But you can gain about 10-15% from current levels. So it's a good stock to add. Also, another PSU which hasn't really moved up much. So it's at a good level. Go ahead and buy it.
Buy is the word coming in from Nirav for Concord. But let's talk about a cement player, and Ultratech. This one has hit a record high level in today's trading session. In fact, over the last 3 trading sessions, the stock has hit as much as actually gained as much as 2.6%. It's the third day of gains, like I mentioned, coming in for the counter, and the company also has gained over 4% this month. You have a lot of brokerages notes that have come in talking about what the cement companies have done, that they've gone ahead and hiked the cement prices in various regions, and this likely will aid the earnings. Even on Monday, you had a note that came in from Remura, which said that the cement companies in eastern part of India also announced another round of price hikes, And the channel checks have suggested that the majority of the earlier announced hikes have been absorbed in the region despite there being a weaker demand. Dealers are also expecting demand to weaken further due to the recent price hike announcement. But nevertheless, that is not disturbing the stock momentum when it comes to Ultratech. In fact, we spoke to Rakesh Arora, who said the cement sector recently went through a price hike and will likely go through it once again. But what's his view coming in on the pack? Listen in.
It's neither, I would say. Basically, August has been a very, lean month in terms of monsoon, and construction activity has really picked up quite dramatically. We are into a pre-election year, and I'm expecting a similar scenario for the next few months, where demand pull is going to be very strong. And prices had corrected, in the last 2-3 months, and this was the first opportunity where there's, double-digit volume growth coming in cement. So cement companies have tried to take a price hike. As of now, only in East India, prices have actually stuck, and they've taken a second price hike on 10th. Rest of the India hasn't really seen any major price upticks till now. But I think it will be a regular story every month. They will be trying to increase price till Feb March. Very limited scope for re-rating for the prominent players in that space.
Okay, moving on and getting back to the stocks then. And Nirav, you have picked up Rani Madras. The stock is sitting at its 52-week high levels. Tell us how do you see the trend continuing?
Yes. So a rounding formation breakout has come in this stock, and this breakout has come in yesterday. When everyone was going down, this stock was actually 6% up yesterday. I believe 750 was an important resistance area which has been broken out, and now the stock is ready to move up towards that 950, 1000 odd levels. Very good volumes have also been seen, so definite buy from current levels, even on dips. Keep a stop loss of 780 for your longs. This is a little volatile because of low liquidity overall. In the last 2-3 weeks, good liquidity has gone in. So keep your stop losses at 780 on a closing basis, and wait for that 950 to 1000 target.
All right, moving on then, and let's talk about Maruti Suzuki. Shrishti, it's amazing how you've not taken any of the auto companies, but Ankita has made sure to take all of the auto companies on the list, isn't it?
Well, yes, so let's give a chance to Ankita and let's take her across to know what's passing in Maruti Suzuki.
So, well, yes, Maruti Suzuki is in focus today, but it has currently eased up the gains that we saw coming in the morning. In fact, it is, it is down right now 0.4%. But a positive note coming in there by Motilal Oswal, which they have reiterated a buy with a target price of 11,900 rupees per share on the counter. Now, in FY24, the company expects to grow at a slightly higher rate than the market. Additionally, the management expects the demand from the export market would continue to grow, and they anticipate the export volumes of 750,000 to 800 units by FY31. Now, they also feel that Maruti is looking to add another 2 million units capacity. And they have reinforced that its SUV product portfolio, has been reinforced with the launch of Brezza and Grand Vitara. Also, the growth rate for the non-premium hatchbacks is expected to be greater than 2% CAGR. The industry volume, is around around 1 million units per annum, with Maruti enjoying around 70% of that market share. Now, Motilal Oswal, they are raising their EPS estimates for FY24, FY25 by 5 to 6% to reflect the sharp improvement in the SUV mix, fueled by new product launch benefits since July 2023. And on the back of that, they're reiterating a buy on the counter.
Okay, but nevertheless, Cheryl, because I believe that today Pharma was in flavor, so that's why I got just skipped autos for today. But it's not just that, a couple of names are buzzing too, and Nirav has actually picked up Lumax. So tell us more about what exactly are you looking at Lumax, Nirav?
Yeah, so Lumax again, this stock has a beautiful pattern. There are some stocks which haven't really moved up that aggressively in the small cap, mid cap space. This is one of them. Good volumes have been seen in the recent weeks, and I believe this stock is ready. now to move up from current levels. There is one resistance area of 2360. Once that is crossed, you will see the stock moving up very aggressively. So at this point of time, this is a conditional buy, only by about 2360 levels for this stock. Once this goes up, this stock should witness a good breakout above this level, and it can go up towards that 2700 2750 levels in no time. So wait for this breakout, and post the breakout, keep a stop loss of around 2300 for your longs.
On Lumax, but Ashesha, let's talk about RVNL. Railways is the buzzword, isn't it, of late? But why is this one in focus?
Well, yes, railway stocks have been in focus for the last many trading sessions. Looks like today they are taking a breather, but RVNL in particular has recovered sharply from the lowest point of the day, and this is on the back of a positive news that came in just an hour ago. The company has informed the exchanges that RVNL MPCC joint venture has come out or has emerged as the L1 bidder for all civil engineering work. The RVNL share stands at about 74%, and the other joint venture partner's share stands at 26%. The project cost stands at about 246 crores. So on the back of this order win that has come through, the stock has sharply recovered from the lowest point of the day, trading in the red, but despite that we've seen a solid recovery that has come through.
So that is Rail Vikas Nigam taking a breather today with like the rest of the railway pack. But on that note, thank you so much Nirav, Ankita, Ashesha as well as Sumit for joining us on the show and taking our viewers through all the stocks that are buzzing. And as we wind down this edition of Market Fatafat, Alok Kumar Chaudhary, who is the MD at SBI, says that lot of optimism is being indicated in the market, and also that the corporates are willing to take more funding. Listen in.
The data released by RBI in terms of the business confidence, in terms of the inventory order book, Orbis data, you will find that all the markers say that there is a great optimism in terms of the business expectation index as well as business assessment index. Capacity utilization has increased. So the people are thinking that there's a lot of demand, and that is why investments by corporates, the private capex, and the government is already sort of taking the lead role in terms of capex. So I think that there is a good optimism around, and the data points also suggest that the corporates are willing to take more and more funding for expanding their capacities and diversification in order to satisfy the hunger of demand.
So do you think that a high rate of credit will be sustainable this year?
So I think as of now the situation is that we have that repo rate of 6.50, and depending upon the evolving situation in terms of inflation, in terms of the growth, because already you see there is a growth in the economy, in the GDP. So as RBI said, that on the careful deliberation on the evolving situation, the interest rate scenario will change, and it's all on how the data comes up in terms of consumption, in terms of demand, GDP, as well as inflation. So all these moving parts will decide as to how interest rate cycle moves.